Hi guys, it's Blackie from Shaman's Forge Bushcraft. Well, I've come out today to a friend of mine's land. My God, it's beautiful. A place called Pigeon Creek, Alabama. Pigeon Creek's running a little high right now. You can tell by the sand that it's just now got back in its banks. So what I want to talk to you about today is camping rigs and the way that I camp in different seasons. Now, I want to bring out to show you what I call my slash camp. And that's just an ultralight hammock and a tarp. And that rides along with my haversack. And I'll set that camp up for you in a minute to show you what that looks like. And I also want to set up my summer camp, which is a more elaborate hammock system. I'll set those up and show you and go over each part with you. This will probably be a 3-part series. But the thing about when you're setting up camps and things like that is to notice your environment. Now, this is a beautiful place. If I had just stumbled upon this, I got a little bank right here that shields me from the wind. I've got the beautiful creek right here in front of me, and this would be a perfect place for me to sling a low tarp or put me up a hammock or something like that. And you'd be right. Early part of the year. Or when you're not expecting a lot of rain, something like that. But this goes underwater. You can tell that by debris in the tree, watermarks on the tree, the height of the bank, and etc. This area floods to a depth of about 6 feet. There's a limb up here that hung up in this last one, and it's 8 feet up. So if I was to pitch camp here, I got to be wary of water change. It might not rain here. It might rain 100 miles north of here. But this area might go under quickly. So you got to be wary of that when you set up your camp. The other thing that you got to consider is the fact that later in the year, right now we're in the spring, no insects yet. Snakes are just starting to emerge. You don't have a problem. Second week of June, you'll be eaten alive sitting where I'm sitting, because there's dead water areas up and down these creeks that's going to hatch just fleets of mosquitoes. In Alabama, it's kind of like a B-52 bomber when it goes over. You don't have to ask, did I get bit by one? You know, you have the no-see-ums someplace else. Well, here it's not that you no-see-ums, it's make you scream them, because they bite. They'll even bite through a hammock. But let me get set up, show you what I use. Hang on, I'll be right back with you. Okay, my slash camp. Now, slash camp means it's a camp that you throw up fairly quickly. This, a lot of times, is just a day camp. It's something where I'm out on a scout, exploring land or whatever, and I want to be able to take a nap or rest, get up off the ground. I like hammocks. Ground in my part of the world, in this part of the South, is covered with insects, ants, biting, crawling things, whatever. So laying on the ground is not usually that great an idea. So I prefer a hammock. Plus, it's cooler. Most of the year, my part of the world is rather warm. 80, 90, or 100 degrees. I want to get up in the air column and let air move around me to cool me. So I carry one of these neat little travel hammocks. Parachute silk nylon, incorporates into its own pouch. This pouch is actually sewed to the side of the hammock and becomes a carry bag. Inside, I've made a couple of straps, and I'll show those up close in a minute when I put it together. The other part of the component rides in my haversack all the time, and it is one of these British tarps. I'm going to show you more detail of that as we go along, but it consists of a very tough nylon, I'm not sure what it is. It's a nylon type material that's a cover. Now, how you get these is this. It's military surplus, and it's called Individual Protection Kit J11-846-59-120-6227. Right, I'm sure you remember that. But it's something that's issued to British soldiers, infantry, and etc. And what it's designed for is a foxhole cover. Now, it comes inside one of these packages, and inside is the tarp, and this. Now it's these aluminum tent stakes and a probably 50 or 60 feet of strong nylon cord. It's designed, you've dug a slit trench, and then you use these stakes and this rope and make a spider web over it with this as the cover, then you pile dirt on it. Supposedly it can support a tank. All I know is it's about a 1 pound, 1.5 pound shelter that's tough. It can be used as a ground cloth, it can be used as whatever. Now, I don't carry the stakes and the rope. And I bought 10 of these from Sportsman's Guide for $20. And I'll show you what I'm going to do with those. They've become a very integral part of my camping system. Now, having said that, I'll stop the camera, and the next thing you'll see is me setting up the tarp. Then we'll talk about that. Stay with me. Okay guys, now this is a close-up of my attachment system. The hammock comes with these nylon cords with an S-hook. Now originally it had a rope about that thick that you went around the tree and tied. Here's my modification. This is 20 feet of 550 military issue paracord. What I've done is I've tied a knot about every 6-8 inches, 2-3 inches, don't matter. Just random knots all the way around the length of it, doubling it over. Notice I've got quite a bit left over. See if I can get a good close-up. But you see what I've done. There's a knot, and then there's another knot, etc. What I do is I go around the tree, bring it back through itself one time, and hook it to the S-hook. Now I did the same thing on the other side. This long cord allows me to be able to stretch it out in wide trees, go around big trees, whatever. And I don't let this wear out. I can keep shifting the point that I anchor to so I don't wear through the cord or etc. And should, God forbid, it ever do snap, which I'll be real impressed if it does, I'm not that heavy, I can take it and just move it to the next knot and have a usable cord again. But the other advantage of it, I'm about to show you. Stick with me.